Hey, it's Nay. Welcome to Hey Nay. So the topic for this video is cheating and dating. And here are the questions that were given to me. Should you stay with someone if they cheat on you? I think ultimately it's up to you. It's up to you whether or not you can get past, the cheating or the infidelity. Um, I do think that circumstances are different for everyone, and I do think that it's up to the individual and the couple as a whole to decide whether or not they can move past it. Um, cheating is a fickle thing, and I think it can most often than not break people apart. But the one thing, and I know this sounds crazy for me to say, but there is a benefit to cheating, and I know this sounds very controversial, but if you think about it, you become a lot more aware of your relationship. You become a lot more clearer on whether or not this was real, how serious it is, or how much another person doing something else like that affects you. You sort of know how much this person means to you based on what they just did. So I think that is important. So it would be great to know that beforehand, but a lot of us have a hard time knowing that. It's like it's like the common saying, like, you have to you have to wait for something to go wrong to know what is right, or you have to wait for something to be gone in order to miss it. And I really wish it wasn't the case like that. I really wish that you know we would be more aware of what's happening in our relationships, and that we can sort of prevent certain outcomes from occurring. And cheating is one of them. But I do think it's up to you. It's up to you to decide whether or not this is important. It's up to you to decide whether or not you played a role too. I think it takes a lot of self-evaluation. I don't think it's a decision that you should make lightly. Is cheating ever okay? No, I wouldn't say cheating is ever okay, because um, you know the act of cheating is the act of sort of betraying or stepping out, and those are not really a positive things to do. Although I did say there's some sort of benefit to it, it's not something that I would recommend doing. Um, and I know some people would say that, yeah, if this person cheated on me, then it's okay for me to cheat on them. I wouldn't go down that road. If that person cheated on you, then end things. Then you can do whatever you want, and it wouldn't be considered cheating. Because if you feel the need to do the revenge thing back and forth, how is this a healthy relationship? How are you growing? How are you ever going to actually be together? Um, so I don't think it's ever okay. I don't think it's something that you should want to do. What are your thoughts on open relationships? I thought this question was great because there tends to be a lot of confusion in regards to people who have open relationships and whether or not, in a way, that constitutes as cheating. No. So first of all, open relationships means that you just choose not to be exclusive with just one person, and that you are okay with that person being with other people in different capacities. And that would not be considered cheating because you have made an agreement with another person. Um, it would be great if third parties involved are also aware of that agreement, because that is usually where it gets murky. Is that although you and your significant other, who you consider your, I guess, main significant other, are aware of the agreement, but then when you engage with other people, they may not necessarily be aware of the agreement or necessarily understand the agreement. But that's for another time. But it is not constitutes as cheating. So if you're in an open relationship, the two of you agree, then that's fine. That's okay. Cheating, like I said before, is sort of betraying your significant other or stepping out. And that's not doing that if the two of you are aware of what's going on. So I thought that was a good question that the Hey Nay writer said. I thought that, when you talk about open relationships, a lot of people like to think of it as cheating, and it's not. It really isn't. At what point before being official or exclusive does it become cheating by hooking up with someone else, if ever? This is a great question, and I think a lot of people have issues with this because they don't, sometimes if it's not said, you don't really know, where's the line. But I think if you are really interested in a person, then the other people will fall. The other people won't become a factor. It would just be that person. Ultimately, you know when you are serious with one person and that person is serious with you. If you have doubts of whether or not the other person is serious with you, then you ask them. Like, is this real? Are we, is this what's happening? If they introduce you to certain individuals, like very close family, close friends, then it's serious. You know that this is very, very serious, and then disclose personal things. This is the real deal. So if you were to, step out or engage with another, then that's cheating. That that's wrong. You may not necessarily have said that you're exclusive or you're official, but it is kind of cheating because that other person may be under the impression that the two of you are together. And I know I've talked about this a lot on this YouTube series, is that, you need to say it, sometimes to help. If you know it, it's okay. But if you have doubts, I highly recommend asking. I highly recommend saying it. Clarity is not an issue. Sometimes we need to hear things. But I feel like if it feels wrong, then it's wrong. And I think that's self-explanatory. And that's it for the questions. But I just wanted to say that cheating is something that, a lot of us probably have experienced or know of. And it's not something that is always easy to forgive, but you can move on from it. So for those of you who have ever been cheated on, keep your head up. For those of you who are cheaters yourselves, be wiser. And for those of you who are afraid of just the act of cheating, I say keep the faith. Everyone is not a bad person. Everyone isn't always, looking for a way out. And sometimes people do make mistakes. But again, it's up to you to decide what's important. So that is it. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, love. And remember to always start your day off with a hey. Goodbye.